What up, everybody? Artificial Agent.
What up, man? It's Motivate Marin.
We are the creators of the Stew Showcase. What's good, brothers?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. But yeah, we bring to you the Beat Club podcast where producers are heard. This is the best place to hear new beat makers from around the globe. Here we keep it real about the music and cut to the facts with the help of our special guests and listeners worldwide. If you wish to join the Beat Club podcast community, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Beat Club Podcast. Or you could join our private producer Facebook group by searching the Stew Beat Club. Our special guest is in the building already. Tim Hall, what's good, man?
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Yeah, man. Let's clap it up for Tim Hall, man. To the show.
Need some more poems.
Made it.
Definitely shout out our brother Do It All Loops, man. Yeah, man. So what's been going on, man? How's everybody feeling? How you feeling, Tim?
I'm feeling great, yo. It's a good weekend. It's been a good year so far.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
It's about to be April, and
Yo.
came fast.
We
so
are
far, we
a
already
quarter
here.
of the way through the year already.
Exactly.
Flying through. She's crazy.
Yeah, but no, I'm thankful things are going well. Lots of blessings have happened so far this year, and just excited for what's to come.
Dope. What's good with you, Avi?
I'm good. A lot of good shit going on. I was just telling him before we got on air that I paid off my debt, yo.
Word. Got the
black
monkey
man
off
is
your
debt
back.
free. This black man is debt free.
I got my papers. I'm free now.
Free. I be free.
I had to.
What was it? What type of debt you had? Was it like a student loan? What you have?
I had that, but that kind of disappeared. It was credit card debt.
Credit cards.
Yeah, a couple other things.
Yeah, I know a lot of people could relate to that shit, man.
Finally got rid of that shit, so I feel free.
You made the college debt sound like you knew somebody. That college debt, it disappeared. Like it just disappeared. Like you made it seem like
Some
you
real
got
mafioso shit.
You made a couple of calls. You made a couple of calls to the Department of Education, like.
You got
to
Sally
choke
on speed down.
had to choke somebody out. No, I'm playing.
I'm
But
had
yeah,
Leroy come over and talk to you for a second.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good though. I can't complain. I'm in good health.
That's a good feeling.
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, likewise, man. Yeah, and you're starting to feel that spring allergies starting to act up and shit too. That's how you know it's real too. Like I started, yeah, mine already started acting up a little bit this weekend. So that's how you know it's real,
yeah,
man.
spring is coming.
Yeah, but I love New England though. I love like the seasons changing, and that's one thing that I love about Boston, man. I'm ready for some nice weather though, like year round.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do need a change, but I do like the season changing too though. I like that feeling of like, all right, word, it's about to get popping again.
Right.
Screw them damn allergies.
Yeah, that shit's trash.
Not being able to breathe. Yeah, I'm good.
shit's trash.
I'm good on all that. But
yeah, man. What else we got? We got coming up. Oh, we got to get ready for Beat Club Podcast Live. It'll be our first time in NYC, man. So next weekend we will not be on air. Or we might do something. We might do something special. We've been talking about it, but we'll definitely be in New York City next week. So if you're in the tri-state area, and all my Boston homies too, man, just make that ride out, man. Come fuck with us. It's gonna be a good time. We'll be at Pianos. That's on the Lower East Side of New York City on Ludlow Street. Doors open at 9 p.m. It's the same thing we do at every podcast live. $10 entry, but free sign up. All producers are welcome to come get their music heard. We got a few dope feature beat battles lined up. We got Loose Connection versus J Lev, and we got G Wiz versus Ascetic. So those are two incredible battles. And yeah, we definitely got a special guest that's going to be coming through too. I can't make that, and I can't disclose that. You got to come to the show to see that.
Surprise.
Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be a great time. So spread the word if you can't make it, but if you are able, come through, man. Make that ride to NYC, and everybody in the tri-state area come through. It's at Pianos. It's a real dope venue. They got good food, great drinks. So I'm looking forward to that, man. And I'm well overdue for a New York trip too, man. It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Wait, so who's Loose Connection battling? Do I know this person?
It's a person that actually reached out. On the podcast we've been saying, hey, like anybody feeling froggy, anybody want to battle,
Jump.
Yeah, and somebody reached out to me, and he's actually based out of the New York area. So
I don't know if he knows what he got himself into.
Hey, he seemed like he's ready. He's ready to go. And I checked out his sounds too. So he got some shit. Okay. He definitely got some shit.
Okay.
And definitely, peace to our brother, man. D Sharp from Loose Connection, man. I know he's sharing his journey with us right now, man. He's dealing with Bell's palsy. He woke up a few days ago. Left side of his face not moving and shit, but he's been very candid, so I know he doesn't mind me sharing it right now. Like, he's been very candid about his journey and what he's going through, and our prayers are with him, and I know he's gonna fight through it just because of his attitude, and so just keep your face moving, man. Keep making beats and just keep making ugly faces and shit when that shit's fire, and you'll be fine, man. That's the key to it, man. Just keep a positive attitude and make sure you just keep your facial muscles moving, man. And you'll be all right, brother. I'm sure you're gonna come around, man. That's something that's temporary, brother. So our prayers are with D Sharp, man.
Yeah, he's on right now. He's sending gifts and all types of.
That's our brother, stuff, man. That's Beat Club family right there, man.
That's our fourth host.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So without further ado, man, we want to get into these beats.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're about to play Keep It or Cut It. You already know what it is, right, Tim?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Keep it or cut it.
All right, man. So what we do here each and every Sunday at the Beat Club Podcast is we have a place called beatclubpodcast.com where producers can go and upload as many fire beats as possible. We take some of the beats and we place them in a folder and we play them for the first time ever on our show. We give our feedback and decide if we're going to keep or cut the beats. All the beats that are kept get placed on an instrumental mix that we release called Writer's Block. And that's just our way of showing love to the producers that participate. And big shout out to our sponsor, Beatmakers Boutique, for helping us reward dope beats from dope producers. Hold on. Let me rewind. Shout out to our sponsor, Beatmakers Boutique, for helping us reward dope beats from dope producers as we search for our Beat of the Month. Get nominated and you can win a free sound pack from Beatmakers Boutique, and make sure you follow them on IG and show love. And they always doing different types of contests and stuff, so pay attention. There's one going on right now, and I still got to upload my beat, so I got to kill y'all. And another big shout out during this segment, IK Multimedia. They provided us with the iLoud micro monitor speakers, and these are the official reference monitors of the Beat Club Podcast.
Yes, and they work well.
Good, and they bang.
They work well, man.
Bang.
They definitely work well. So if you on the go, you need to make beats on the go. You need that studio reference. The iLoud micro monitors by IK Multimedia.
And they Bluetooth.
Man. Yeah.
Word.
Bluetooth. That's just dope. But yeah.
So who we got first up on the chopping block? Anybody? Oh,
you starting off good.
Starting off with family, man. Shout out to Ill Beats. And the name of the beat is My Favorite Place, right? Oh, no, that's just where he's from. I'm sorry. It says dig your own grave. Damn, fam. You
out here.
Shit. Without further ado, Ill Beats with Dig Your Own Grave on the Beat Club Podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's go.
The Beat Club.
Beats. If you want to jump in, go ahead.
That's fire. Even that one. Shoot.
Jumped out the gate.
Yo.
Any feedback?
Yo, that it reminds me of just like New York hardcore, just like in your chest, you feel it. Makes you wanna, like, I don't know, old dirty bastard, just like walk up the sidewalk, like just like going in. Yeah, I like it.
That definitely feels like classic East Coast.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I'm just gonna keep it. It sound polished.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
I don't have any feedback as far as mixing or anything like that. It sound polished to me, so keep it.
Plus the chopping up that section, it gave it something.
Yeah,
different.
it gave it some definitely gave it some character. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it as well, man. Ill Beats is he's family, and what I always appreciate about his beats is that he has a way of like keeping things in like their natural element, like, you know what I'm saying, like it feels like whatever the original sample is, but he still puts his touch on it, but it's always like raw and gritty, you know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping it. It sounds like a unanimous keep it. Yeah, that's easy, man. We starting the show off right. Shout out Ill Beats, man. Ill Beats, you coming to New York, man? If you listening, come to New York, man.
He's good.
All right, who we got next? Let's see. This look like a newbie. I don't think. JC the God. Maybe like once before. So next up we got JC 21. The God, and there's no title. Oh no, 21. It's 21.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're right.
There we go.
Thank you, Tim.
JC the God.
God with 21. How are we feeling, brothers? Artificial AV. I'm gonna go to you first, man. How you feeling about this one?
I have to cut it.
Yeah.
It's not that it was a bad beat. The bass was off on certain parts, and this is the bass police in here, so you don't get a pass. But other than that, it was. I feel like it was well produced. Like the foundation was very well put together, very well. So, but I gotta cut it, man. Tim.
Oh, that was tough. I like the clarity of each sound. Like you can hear the percussion, you can hear the placement of where for the snare. Like everything is spaced out, and there's enough space there for an artist to do their thing on it. So it's tough. I liked it. So for me, it was a like.
But it's Don't be afraid to be tough.
That's a tough one. It's a keep for me.
Okay. Motivate.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with everything Tim just said. Like for the most part, that's how I felt too. Like everything was in its proper perspective, but I wanted the bass line to be different. Like that's the only thing that threw it off for me. And yeah, it did sound like the pitch was off a little bit, but I just wanted it to be different. Like I wanted it to be a different sound, bass sound, and a different melody. Like that would have kind of like livened it up. But I think everything else was like where it needed to be. So with that being said, I would have safe kept this, but it's too early in the show. You do have one safe keep it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a pity keep. It's more so like, yeah, basically. But it's just, it has great potential. That's the best way to put it. But I'm not gonna pull out my safe keep it yet. So I'm gonna cut it. So it looks like it's Tim Hall Island.
Cut it.
Yeah. So what's up, brother? You got the Detroit hat on, man, repping the D,
yes,
man.
Yes, hometown.
Yeah, man. That's what's how was it growing up out there? Where'd you grow up in Detroit? Like,
The majority of my childhood was I grew up on the west side.
Okay.
Which is it's like right by Dearborn, which is a suburb.
Yeah.
Went to Ann Arbor Trail Middle School out in Detroit, where I got a huge foundation for music. We had a really tight band as well as a well-known marching band.
Okay.
And my band director in middle school went to Southern University. Was also a member of Omega Psi Phi, and a lot of our teachers were also members of historically black fraternities and sororities as well. So like black culture was huge in that city, particularly in my school. Just the music we played in marching band was Earth, Wind, and Fire. Frankie Beverly featuring Maze. It was Marvin Gaye. It was black music. Grew up with the foundation of music. Also, just being in Detroit, being the home of Motown.
The home of Motown, man.
Exactly.
That's Motown.
My dad was a huge influence for me on music. He played music when he was a kid and played different instruments, but he just had me listening to a lot of funk, soul, gospel, R&B. I wasn't allowed to listen to rap until I was like 16.
That's crazy.
Like that demo music. Same.
Your story's similar too.
I wasn't allowed to listen to music until I was 16.
Wow.
The first rap CD I bought, it was my 15th birthday. Took it away from me, put it on the stereo, and for a year I could not touch. I just looked at it. On my 16th birthday, he handed me this CD
What
year
CD
later.
was that?
Though I don't literally like vibe with Mystical at the time. It was Mystical.
But now Mystical's dope though.
Mystical's dope.
Yeah.
He did some problematic stuff. It was danger. Like that album.
Yeah.
Yes, we were playing it in marching band. It was everything. So that was my first CD that I ever bought.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
First
that's
CD
like
that
polar
ever-
opposite for me. Like, like hip hop was there from the very beginning, along with everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like my father's record collection, but yeah, my sister, she got like 7 years on me, so she was like already engulfed in hip hop. So like my first album was Boogie Down Productions' Criminal Minded, and I was like 6 years old. Like, the bridge is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's interesting to hear that story, but wow.
Yeah.
But is that like the culture in Detroit though? Like, is like music very much a part of the school system, like throughout the city of Detroit?
Yeah,
even to this day.
For sure. I mean, I've been so far removed from the city since I left in high school, after high school, so I don't know. I can't really speak to what it actually is like now in terms of in the school systems, but as a city, music is huge. It is kind of like our way of being and existing in the world, of like our footprint in culture and society. As a people, I think it's just when I go home and get rejuvenated when I get to go out and hear live music, because there's nothing like Detroit musicians in the world. Like, Detroit musicians for me are extremely tasteful, talented. They grind, they put in work, and they're just good. So like coming up around that and being exposed to so many dope people in like high school. I mean, I was booking gigs at 16, 17 years old with my best friends. We had a studio by our junior year of high school that we like put together ourselves in the basement of my best friend's mother's daycare shop. So my homie D Slate back home in Detroit, he kind of like helped me understand my music voice as a soloist and saxophonist in like R&B gospel, because I grew up classically trained. So I grew up playing classical music, concert band, and then marching band. But it wasn't until like high school where I met him, where I started to play in church, to play gospel music, started to play R&B music, started to, book gigs and start to learn how to solo and so forth. So
talk about that though, like sorry to cut you off, but being the benefits of being classically trained and transitioning into the groove, to the funk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like talk about that, because I think that's important.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, growing up, being classically trained, it gave me like a formality to enter playing the saxophone. Yeah. In terms of my armature and like how I developed how I produce sound with the instrument. As well as reading music, being able to read sheet music and understand theory a little bit growing up was really, really helpful. And I think it just gave me a way to be exposed to something that was different. Like I didn't grow up in the household listening to classical music. So really it was just like, this is what you need to learn. At the time, it was like, this is what you need to learn in order to play saxophone, was like this way of doing it. But I grew up listening to all kinds of music. So I always grew up listening to it and having my dad encourage me like, yo, you should learn how to play this, or you should, you can play this on the saxophone, or here, check out this saxophonist. I grew up listening to a lot of Blue Note jazz. So a lot of Cannonball, a lot of Coltrane, Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk, and so forth. So I grew up listening and being exposed to a different style of music than what I was playing. So when I met one of my closest friends, Dustin, it was like, yo, I do this, you should come and hang out with me, let's vibe. Yo, this is gospel music. I knew of gospel music, but I never really played anything like it. And there's huge influences of blues, of soul, of R&B in gospel music. So being able to transition, I think what I cared about more was like the gospel R&B and soul music. So like the transition became a lot easier because I listened to a lot of it. I was exposed to it sonically. My dad is from Savannah, Georgia, so we drive down to Savannah. It's like 13-hour drive, 14-hour drive. And I'd just be in the front and he'd just play music, just like he'd tell me about this. And it wasn't until I turned 16 where he'd start to listen to some rap music with me, and he'd be like, so what does this sound like? And I would like start to pick up a little bit on, oh, that sounds familiar to, the Isley Brothers and so forth. So he spent some time helping me make some connections between like stuff that I enjoyed and then the stuff that he had me growing up listening to. Dope. So like when I listen to rap music, just music in general, there is like a deep connection to the actual music and less the lyrics. So that's like a lot of times I won't know lyrics to stuff, but I'll know the changes. I'll know like if it switches up in the middle of the song, like I can definitely pinpoint. I can memorize a guitar solo in a song before I memorize like a verse. So yeah,
that's dope, man. The D, man. I definitely got to go spend some more time in Detroit. I've never spent any significant time there. You, AV? You ever been to Detroit?
Not at all.
I went there once. I was there for a layover, but our layover was pretty long. It was when I was going to Japan, and we was there for a little while. And I was with my boy who was from Detroit. Well, he's from Ann Arbor. Shout out to my boy One Ton. So I got to spend a little bit of time there. Like I met his grandmother. She fixed us some food, like, but it was like real quick. I just got to see, like a little bit of the city. And I remember at the time I was just like, where's everybody at? It's like, damn, I know there's people here, but it just seemed like it was like, where are the people?
Sparse.
Yeah. So that was my impression of it. But I mean, Jay Dilla from Detroit, man. That's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? And amongst so many more, so many great musicians, great thinkers. So you got to make it there. But we in Boston now, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk about how you ended up here too in a minute. But let's get back to these beats, man. Who we got up next?
So next up we got is Keys.
Keys.
This is called Burn.
Okay.
Let it burn.
It's Keys.
I'm gonna just keep it. I wanted more bass, but I'm gonna just keep it. The shit was fine. I'm gonna keep it. I was grooving. So
Yeah, I mean, it's it's an easy go. I mean, you know, the Jasmine Sullivan joint. I mean, that record just always feels good. And he just threw some signature trap drums over it. So it was like hearing like a DJ blend. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like a transition in the club. Like a DJ was just blending it.
Yeah.
So
he is a DJ, so
I'll keep it as well, just for the sake of the mix. Like I feel like somebody would definitely benefit from it on the mix. I did want more on the low end too. Like even if you wasn't gonna play out the bass, like it's always good to just do a low filter, like the same sample, just throw the low filter on it and just layer it under it, just to add some more bottom to it. But that's really I'll keep it. I was gonna pull out the safety again, but I'll just keep it. You know what I'm saying? I'll run with it. How you feel, Tim?
Because of that, I'm cutting it.
Yeah.
I'm cutting it. Like if you gonna put some Jasmine Sullivan out there, you gotta make sure that low end. And I heard like just a little more, some keys, some pads, something in there. So it's a cut for me.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
fair. But yeah, Tim's on his island again, but it looks like we gonna keep it. Shout out Keith, man. That's Beat Club family right there as well, man.
sir.
Who we got up? Who's this?
I think
Brian
this is a
Guest.
newbie. Guest appearance.
Okay, that's a dope name.
That is. This is called Morning Tea.
All right, now live on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's go.
let you jump in, motivate.
It was cool. I'm gonna cut it. I mean, it was cool. It definitely had a lot of elements I liked, but I mean, for the most part, it just didn't resonate with me. Like, it got old for me real quick. Like, after like the first 30 seconds of it, I was kind of cool on it.
Yeah.
Maybe if I heard a certain type of artist on it, maybe it would bring it out for me. But yeah, it wasn't enough. It needed something else, like some type of transition into something else, or just something else to make it a little more exciting. But yeah, it's that wasn't infectious of a loop to hear over and over again. So I'm gonna cut it. Tim Hall.
I don't know, it reminded me like of somebody from like the Dipset crew or Jadakiss would be on back in the day. I'm gonna cut it as well. Like, it just having those two parts was like, all right.
Yeah.
It's still it's a dope. I think it sounds good.
It's a dope energy.
Yeah, it's good energy. Just
Yeah. Hold on. That's something else. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, a little breakdown.
I hear some keys in the breakdown. I would have added more chops in this beat because it got too repetitive very fast. Good energy, cool foundation. I would just go again with the chops. So I gotta cut it. That's what it is, man. You cut it too?
Yeah,
Oh,
sounds like a unanimous. Yeah, man. Well, keep submitting. I think that's the first time I saw a guest appearance name. So keep making a guest appearance on this show. You know what I'm saying? Show us some love.
Yeah.
Salute to you. So who we got up next? We got our brother Terracotta Blue. I like when I see this name. Always send some fire shit, man. He's from like the DMV area, right?
Yeah.
So Aki's advice, huh? You got some advice from the Aki, okay? Word up, man. So we about to check this out. Terracotta Blue with Aki's advice live on Beat Club Podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's go. Blue, Aki's advice. Tim, jump in, bro.
It started off good for me until it was either like a break beat or a syncopated beat in the background. Like, it sounded like another beat was being played during the primary groove. So it's a cut it for me. Like, I feel like an artist would even get distracted by that, like that break beat or whatever the competing beat that was in there, or drums. So yeah, it's a cut it for me.
That shit confused me. I thought I was bugging. I thought maybe something else was playing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the audio plays.
Yeah.
But other than that, like if you you took that out,
Right.
shit's dope.
Right. I can see some B-boys and B-girls doing their thing on it.
Shit's
Easy.
I feel like I want to say it. But it's too early. It's too early. It's too early. Where we at? Number 5? Yeah, it's too early. I'm going to just cut it just based off of what you said as well. Because I was feeling the same way. So, motivate.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. That it's the actual sample. Like it was what was like in the main sample. The drums and the main sample were like actually overlapping what was going on with the program drums. So that threw it off. And you know, a filter, man, a high pass filter maybe would have, you know, helped that out. You know what I'm saying?
There's a VST out there for that too.
I mean, there's, you know, even a simple EQ, just take the bass out or whatever. Like however you do it, that would have probably fixed it. But yeah, that was definitely what distracted us all on that one. So I'm gonna cut it as well. That's a unanimous. But you already know it's all love with you, brother. The beat was dope, you know what I'm saying? But that part definitely has to get fixed, man, before it makes it on the mix. So who we got up next, man?
All right. Next up, we got Mr. Dose Beats, and this is called Anthems.
Mr. Dose here.
The Beat Club.
Dose Beats.
Mr. Dose. How you feel about that, AV?
I don't know. I feel like my gut's telling me to cut it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. The only thing that was bad in the beat was the bass for me. That's about it, man.
Yeah, it's those
the
sliding
gliders.
bass 808, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the actual kick. So yeah, you gotta be careful with those. Make sure you're paying attention to what pitch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you want that to be on, man, because that definitely did throw it off. So what you doing? You cutting it?
Nah, I'm cutting it.
Yeah.
I'm cutting it. Yeah, I have to. Bass police, man.
I think that was a little distracting to me too. But damn,
I vibed with it. For me, it's a
like I was vibing.
I vibe with it.
It felt good too a little bit. Yeah. Should I pull out the safe? Should I pull out the safe? I'll just keep it, man. I'll just keep it because it did off rip. It felt like something that would be on Can't Ban the Snowman. Like I really heard and I would have felt it too.
Yeah, Jeezy would have kept it. Jeezy would have kept it.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Dose, we're gonna keep it. Yeah, we're gonna keep that, man. We're gonna rock with that, man.
All right.
So how the hell you ended up in Boston, man? How you end up in Boston?
Came by, I jumped around the Midwest, so my journey is real random. I grew up playing music, but music, sports, and academics was big things for me, and also working. I worked at a young age.
But you play sports too? You play football?
No, I played golf.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, golf was my jam.
Right,
still is. I still love to play.
Damn. Okay, that's good to know, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna link with you.
That's all. Yeah, a lot of people they're like, "Yo, your head is shaped like a football helmet. Why don't you play football? Like, you were built to play football. Yo, I had my high school coach up into my senior year. Yo, I got a spot for you. I got a jersey. You ready? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. But like, I was definitely the band geek. Yeah. Definitely band geek. Captain of the golf team.
Anyway. CTE anyway,
man. I was the captain of the golf team. I stepped in middle school, everything. But I was in this arts program in high school, so I majored in music and was also really big into golf. I caddied as well, like for like 12 years. And I was burned out after high school, so went to undergrad at Bowling Green State University in Ohio. Yeah. Got a scholarship for academics and tried to walk on to the D1 golf team. Completely choked on my tryouts.
Wow.
Completely choked, but they had a really good sports management program, and they had I was really big into entrepreneurship as well, so I minored in entrepreneurship and I majored in sport management. And I just did a lot of like working for the PGA, Professional Golf Association. That's so a lot of my internships were at the PGA Tour. Yeah. But I played music on the side at our gospel choir. We had a dope program for the gospel choir, and we got to tour South and the East Coast, which was dope. But super involved in undergrad, and my last internship during my senior year took me out to Minneapolis. So I moved out to Minneapolis to work for the PGA. Still was doing music and sitting in and jamming, similar to stuff that I'm doing now. I would like go out to open mics and stuff like that. Would do a little bit of poetry, but mainly just play saxophone. Was burned out with the PGA, and like I wanted to be like one of the first black PGA coordinators. But just the journey from doing that from an intern was like, I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't know if I want to fight that battle or go down that road. That's a long one. So my fraternity, I joined Sigma Lambda Beta, which is a Latino-based multicultural fraternity in undergrad. The headquarters office was hiring. So I applied to be the director of chapter services, and we were founded at University of Iowa. So I moved down to Iowa City after that in 2009 and did that. So I got a chance to travel around the country, working with brothers and their chapters, doing a lot of work with men. A lot of my like interest was supporting men of color, and providing an opportunity and a space for them to talk about the things that they're experiencing, a level of accountability and whatnot. So I got to work with a lot of my brothers, which was dope. And then spent 2 years doing that, moved to Ames, Iowa, because I got into grad school at Iowa State, and I decided to get a master's in education. And while I was in Iowa State,
deep in the Midwest.
Yes, I was in the Midwest for a minute. I was 2011, moved to Ames, and while I was in Iowa City, I helped start a band called OSG, Oh So Good.
Nice.
So I was like, it was a band name from like when I was a kid, and none of my friends want to use the band name, so I was like, when bump
you
y'all.
Your own.
Well, I'm using it. So years later, I was like, yo, we're named OSG. I've been wanting to use this name, so we use OSG. That's what's up. But we got, we were like big fish in a little pond. Like we got some good buzz and was playing pretty regularly and did some regional shows, touring and whatnot. But moved to Ames to start grad school, and while I was in grad school, it was grad school full time. I was working, teaching classes. I was a house director for another fraternity, and then I was in 3 bands full time, which was like music music kept me in Iowa and saved me while I was in Iowa. But one of the bands is named It's Complicated, and we were the touring band for the Nappy Roots. So I got a chance to play with the Nappy Roots when they came through Iowa, because they would do like 150, 200 shows a year. Yeah. Like they're killing,
especially in that area, like the South, the Midwest, the South through the Midwest.
Yeah, everybody loves them in that area, so it was dope. But my professor, she knew somebody who worked at Berkeley, and she was like, yo, you're really involved in music. I think you should go and work at Berkeley College of Music. I know somebody, I'll connect you. And I was like, cool. It didn't click. So like grad school, they talked about all of these different types of institutions that you can go and work in. So my master's is in higher ed, working in colleges and universities, and nothing about arts-based institutions or technical-based institutions. So it was kind of a blessing. So it was the only job I applied to after grad school. So I applied to work at Berklee College of Music as a residence director, and got it. It was either that or go on tour. And the tour fell through after I accepted my role at Berklee, so it was kind of perfect.
Yeah, it was paved for you.
24 hours in the car later, it was like anything that didn't fit in my car at the time stayed in Iowa, and I drove here. The other cool thing was I started my master's program when my mother started her associate's degree at 50. She had never went to school.
Wow.
When I graduated, she graduated with her associates at 52.
Dope.
So we got to do a graduation party together. We celebrated. So I went home for that, and then drove here. And I've been working at Berklee ever since. Now I'm in a different role as an assistant director in the Career Center. So I work with students on career advising and career planning for the arts as they kind of leave Berklee and go into their own career path. So it's pretty dope.
That's dope, man. That's really
done
dope.
a lot, yo.
Yeah,
a whole lot. That's the D, man. That's Detroit, man. That's working class.
I'm sitting here like, damn, how old were you during this time, yo? Like, god damn.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing. Yeah, like I'm thankful for my journey, and I've been able to explore and experience so much. So Boston has been the longest place that I've stayed though as an adult. So at first I hated it.
Yeah, I can imagine
Coming from the Midwest,
yeah, I can
cost of
imagine
living,
that.
the people,
Yeah.
the pace. But once I got connected to the art scene, I went to Lizard Lounge was my first music venue where I got a chance to perform and as a poet and whatnot. Got exposed to slam poetry, so got into that when I moved here. And Wally's Jazz Cafe, got a chance to sit in there when I first moved here and whatnot. So the art scene in Boston was really what made me feel
dispel
welcome.
the myth for people, man. Let people know about black culture in Boston. I know it.
What's the myth though? I don't know what.
See, there's people when you go to different places, people will be like, okay, you from Boston? Word? People will actually be like, there's black people in Boston?
Really?
Or people will say that to you, because of we're looked at definitely as a sports city, right? You know the Red Sox, you know the Patriots,
and the
and
Celtics.
and that's not. Yeah, of course, there's black athletes, but that's
Right.
not associated with blackness.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And just, rich black culture. And I feel like our art scene, just represents, the richness of the black culture here. I mean, it may not be as big as some city, but I think it's cohesive and it's
For sure.
it's rich and it's history.
sure.
And you mentioned Wally's Jazz Cafe. I mean, that's
Right.
an institution. That's where,
Right.
some of the most legendary musicians had to come play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how has that experience been for you here? Like you said, once you tapped in, that kind of felt at home for you.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
It literally was walking into into Lizard Lounge on a Sunday for their poetry night, meeting Jeff Robinson and the Jeff Robinson Trio, connecting with poets like Art Collins and Warrior and Harlem 125 and just incredible people that just kind of made me feel welcome. The first person one of the first dudes I met there was Lucci. And
Lucci.
God.
Lucci.
Yeah,
He
Glenn Lucci,
he's also from Detroit, so that was an instant Detroit connect. But for me, it was oh snap! There's a scene here. There's dope people that look like me that are doing some really cool stuff that I do as well. I got exposed to slam poetry, which also kind of allows people to talk about the hardships that they've experienced, and I was able to relate with people through that. But really, it was oh, this is really cool, and people were like, "Yo, we want to see you next week." I think that was what really, it was people being honest and being authentic. Yo, you're a newbie. We want to see you. We want to see you come back. You gotta come back. You gotta come back. So I feel what the beauty of the city is people want other people who may not have experienced something that is connected to who they are or their culture. They want them to continue to experience it. They're inviting. I feel at least that's how I felt. Being somebody who's a transplant, I felt like people have constantly invited me to stuff, or encouraged me to come back to whatever space I discovered. Black Cotton Club, you got Wally's, you got Haley House and the House Slam, Lizard Lounge. There's Daryl's Corner Grill, Corner Bar, Slades. Like, there's a lot of spaces, venues, events or whatnot where it's like, yo, we create this for y'all and we want you to continue to come. So for me, it's felt like a constant welcome or invitation to stuff and to experiences. So it's been dope.
Yeah, it's been dope. And thank you, for making your contributions as well, man.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I mean, that's definitely, a noble thing, man. Like, to come from somewhere else and see the landscape and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to make some contributions and help the scene grow.
Yeah, that's how it's felt.
Yeah, man. So
definitely. It's like, oh, wow, these people opened their home and their environment to me. And now I'm in a position to be able to create space or to create a platform or, hook people up with a gig or book them for a show or whatnot. It's like, why not? Like, why? I don't, and maybe a part of that mentality is like just who I am and what I like the values that have been instilled in me from my family and just like how I connect with people, but also kind of see it as a part of my purpose in the world is to build resilience, whether that be with people or with space or environments or community. Is like we build resilience through a give and take, kind of like it's like a cyclical cycle and environment where like if I have it to give, I give. When I need it, I ask. Yeah. And I feel like I have places where I can ask for help, and then I have places where I can give of myself in Boston, and it's been beautiful.
So speaking of spaces, explain Hip Story.
How
it came about.
For sure. Well, Hip Story is founded by Cliff Notes, as well as Tyreek Green. Him and Cliff and him, they had this group called Valedictorians, and it was the name of their first mixtape. So Cliff Notes is from Dorchester, he's from Boston, and they went to Wellesley College in, sorry, not Wellesley. You're going to kick my butt. I went to Wheaton.
Wheaton, yeah.
They went to Wheaton.
Wheaton, yeah. I was thinking that too, because Wellesley's like an all-girls school.
I was like,
a prestigious all-girls school, yeah.
But Wheaton, and it was the name. It was like 2012 was the name of their first mixtape, and it was just kind of, it was the name of the mixtape, but it was also kind of like their movement or whatnot. But they've put out, I think, 6 or 7 mixtapes since then. And in 2015, I met Cliff through Louder Than a Bomb, which is its youth poetry space by Mass Leap. He was a coach for one of the teams. I ran into him at a Guitar Center randomly across from work and was like, yo, aren't you the dude from, Mass? He's like, yeah, I'm a producer. I'm just, in here looking at stuff. I was like, yo, I'm a musician. Let's link, let's connect. And I would just start to kick it with him. I go over to his crib. He had his whole home studio set up, and we'd vibe. And over a few months, we just grew closer and closer together. And for me, I have I'm big on entrepreneurship. I've started a number of startups and been involved in a number of startups prior to moving here. So I just saw the opportunity. I was like, yo, there's so much opportunity and potential for what you have going on here. You have all the equipment. So are you doing anything with it? And he was like, yo, I have a name. I got a brand, got a website. I just need somebody to do it with me. I was like, yo, I'm down. So we kind of joined together in 2015. And really it was just about us doing really dope shit. It was like, that's all we cared about, was like doing cool stuff, and we vibed. So Hipstery, what it is now, has shifted a little bit from the start, but it's a digital media production company, and we care about centering marginalized identities in media through music and film. So we produce music, films, and events. One of our signature events is our Hipstery House Party series.
Yeah, I've been to one of those.
Yeah.
Still haven't been, man.
Yeah, we'll be bringing them back this year.
Yeah. Same spot, the same
we're going to be jumping around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's essentially an opportunity in a space to create like an alternative nightlife experience to where people can go out, not spend a crazy cover charge, but also experience dope music. So we leave the ticket price at pay what you can.
Yeah.
People come through, they experience artists get exposed to the community members. People have a space where they're respected. They can have fun, enjoy themselves, and just turn up a little bit. So
yeah, it feels
that's
free,
dope.
man. Yeah, the house
Yeah.
party is like, that's the best way to describe it, is like it's freedom. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, it's real. It's
I
a
feel left out.
it's dope. It was a dope experience,
Yeah,
man.
yes. We also have a couple of short films that have been released. Vitiligo, Art of Being Haunted, and The Methodist are all short films that were filmed or produced either by Cliff Notes or by Hakeem Hill. They're actually, Hakeem's in town now. He lives out in LA. He's our other film director, but he's in town right now. They're working on another short film. And then music that we've been able to record and help or assist and record is Cliff Notes project, When the Sidewalk Ends.
Yeah.
Oompa's November 3rd. Cliff has contributed to Frequency's work, has contributed to Hamstank stuff, Forte, my stuff as well. So like all of us we've contributed and supported one another through Hipstery on our individual projects as well. So it's a pretty dope family.
Shout out to Cliff Notes, man. That's a good brother right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna take a quick break. So do what you gotta do. Roll that blunt, roll that J, get some food, take a piss, whatever you gotta do, man. And we'll be back.
Yo, this is Tim Hall, and you're now listening to the Beat Club podcast, where producers are heard.
One take cake. He's been in the lab before. He's not a stranger to the one take cake.
Yeah, off the top.
Yeah,
What?
man.
Bars.
Welcome back, people. Welcome back, man. We feeling good, man. Hope you got a couple of pulls off the blunt. You know what I'm saying? But welcome back, man. We're gonna get back into these beats, man. But before we do that, man, Tim, you got beats on deck, huh?
I do.
Amongst all this shit that you do, man, educator, musician, you're also a talented producer, man.
Thank you.
So what's up, man?
Yeah, I got some things.
Let's get a
people
sound
haven't
check.
heard
We
before.
good on the sound, Dimitri? All right, so how we gonna spark this off? That was definitely an energy joint.
Yes.
Some energy. So you say you use Logic?
Yep. Use Logic primarily.
And you don't use any like MIDI keyboard or anything? You make sure okay.
Yeah. I have
But
like
you
a
know,
whole.
but you
keyboard.
know how to make shit straight out the laptop too.
Yeah.
People that like play like key code shit, like, that shit bugs me out every time. Where dudes be like actually playing keys, like yeah. I'm like, how the hell do you do that, bro? You gotta have a different type of brain to do that shit. Yeah, man.
I was kind of like, oh, that's what that button is. Okay, let me figure this out. I was literally, I like woke up. I was like, yo, I'm gonna just get something out of my head and just do that. I didn't have my setup or anything. Just do it right on the laptop.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Let's get another one in,
Cool.
man.
Yeah.
What you got? Some spectacles, AV? Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Trying something new.
Okay.
New look.
They prescribe?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
These are gamer glasses.
Oh, got you.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Scratch that. We're gonna do another thing. That just one don't want to work.
Make shit work.
Don't work. It just don't want to work. All right, cool. So this is a different one I produced.
Yeah, I think I heard something. Yeah, Dimitri has it.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Sir Lil Jon Johnson.
Yo.
The track I was talking about before though is a Good Riddance with Cliff. So it's
okay.
like, it's
I know
like-
that record.
That's such a heart. It's my heart. That track is my heart just because it's like one of the first tracks that I helped produce that I think a lot of people just love.
Yeah.
So it just feels good.
That's an incredible. And the crazy thing is, I met Cliff at his listening party at the bridge. That's
word.
how I met Cliff Notes.
Oh,
I
thought y'all knew each other.
I
before.
had no clue of who he was at all. Like I
Word.
literally just ended up there on a whim,
Okay.
and they were like, "Oh yeah, listening party going on." And I'm like,
Let
"Oh,
me
I'm
check
like,
this
this
out.
shit is dope." You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That was dope, man. Thank you for doing that, man. That was
Appreciate it.
special.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So without further ado, man, we're gonna get back to Keep It or Cut It. And I cut your first beat, but I kept the last two.
Word.
If we was playing Keep
Cool.
It or Cut It.
I'll take it.
Throw it out there.
I'll take it.
Throw it out there. But
Producers just know that feedback is good.
Oh yeah,
Feedback
sure.
is such a good thing.
It's a great thing
Like,
because it doesn't. It's all perspective. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
It doesn't mean it was a whack beat.
right.
It could mean a lot, could mean nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So who we got up next, man?
All right. So next up we got Zay Skills.
The young god.
He's like 14, 15.
Word,
Yeah.
word.
This is called Watch Word.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Yo, listen, man.
We all thinking the same.
That's beat of the week.
Yeah, that sounds like beat of the week
True.
nomination from
Yes.
from everybody, and that's
Yes.
pretty clear to be unanimous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a unanimous
Plain and
keep it
simple.
across the
Beat
board.
of the
We're
week.
not gonna spend too much
Yeah,
time
that's the beat
talking
of the week
about
for me
that.
as well.
Where state
That's-
property at, yo?
Yeah, right.
Shout out Zay Skills, man. Salute to you, man.
Yeah.
Who's next up?
Next up we got Doc One Beats, and this is called Knock Knock. People are
So-
saying West Side.
Right.
Is anybody in this room keeping this beat?
Nah, Slim Jones threw the flag on the play, so I think this one's out of here.
Tim, you keeping this beat?
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not
It's not bad.
bad. It's just it's different. I feel like there's some different changes that could have happened. Like it just kind of stayed. You threw in some weird sounds in there, but it kind of stayed flat.
Yeah, like all the sounds were good.
Right.
They were just playing the wrong notes.
I don't even say that. Like weird stuff is weird. I actually like weird. I like some of the weird sounds. I think it was just the beat didn't change at all. It just kind of stayed monotoned with that effect.
Yeah, I wanted a completely different bass line.
Right.
Period. Like the bass sound, the sound of the bass
Got
was
you.
great,
Got you.
but I was like, damn, let's get a nice
Different
melody,
vibe.
man. Yeah. So it sounds like a unanimous.
Definitely.
Yeah, keep submitting, brother. Are you from Utah?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Utah, man.
All right.
Who's this?
Next up, we got Jay Definite, and this is called Horizon.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
I want to hear what Tim got to say.
It's a cut it for me. Yeah, it's a cut it for me. I think that the approach with the loop, the sample is good, and especially with the strings, it's just when some of the drums are chopped up like that, and there's no, you don't like when you don't hear an artist on it, like it's hard to like really place the off percussion in there, because it's in some beats it works when you have lyrics over it, but just as a beat alone it fell short for me.
Yeah, it's a no from me, dog.
Yeah.
The hi-hat was, yeah.
Yeah, the drums and the sample wasn't talking to each other well.
right.
So
Yeah.
I like the sample, though.
great sample choice.
sample is-
Definitely great sample choice. But
Smart.
it sounded like a unanimous. Yeah. Who's this? Old Head Scott?
Yes, sir. Old Head Scott with Strong Arm.
Keep it or cut it. Beat Club Podcast. Let's go.
The
Scott, man. That's a keep it.
Keep it.
That's a keep it across the board. That's a unanimous.
Keep
That shit's
it.
fire.
Old head Scott
Yes.
said I'd keep it.
That's Beatmakers Boutique. Go ahead. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it sounds
Shout
like.
out.
That's what I heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, man. When people are actually rocking with our sponsors, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's super dope, man. Shout out to Old Head Scott and big up to our sponsor, Beatmakers Boutique, for providing dope drum loops like that. And that's how you do it, man. You make it your own.
Yeah, make
You
sure
know
y'all
what I'm
go on their Instagram right now. They're doing a contest with that drum loop. Hold on, I'll play it for y'all right here so y'all can hear it. This drum loop right here. They're doing a contest. You can win a free sound pack and maybe some other stuff. I think he's giving out a hoodie. I don't know if you seen Marin with the hoodie on. It's just fire.
Yeah, I was 2 seconds away from putting on that hoodie today too, because that was clean. And then I was like, nah, Avy's probably gonna wear it today. Me and Avy been having like an alternating Beatmakers Boutique hoodie system going on, and I swore it was his turn, but I guess the weather felt like it was
Planning
a little
out your
warm
outfits
today.
for the week.
It was
Planning
kinda
out
warm when I
outfits for the
stepped
week. Hey yo, you wearing the green one or you wearing the blue one? Which one? Okay, I'm gonna wear the green one. Cool.
Hey man, that's a hey, yeah man.
Yeah, keep it on all that.
Mm-hmm.
Where we at now? Number 11. Damn, this might
Mr.
be in-
Motion Picture.
Okay. Track name is Gluttony.
Gluttony. Yeah, man. Ain't that one of the 7 deadly sins or something like that?
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
Shit.
All right, let's get into it.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
What's the producer's name again?
Hold on.
Number 11.
Mr. Motion.
Mr.
Picture.
Motion Picture. That's exactly
Definitely.
what that sounds like.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the
Okay.
effect. It's a
Yeah,
keep it for
man.
me.
Definitely a keep it. It definitely sounded like a movie.
Yeah.
You scoring a
Be
film.
placed on something.
Basically.
But I could still hear an artist on it too,
Right.
painting a picture on it too. So
Like a scene from like Den of Thieves or something like that. Some hard.
just the
hard shit.
trailer too.
Right,
Like, it's
exactly.
Like I see the. You know what I'm saying? Like,
See the action going
yeah,
on.
Right.
yeah, that's a dope trailer. So hey man, salute to you. Big up to
American
Jamaican
Gangster.
New York, man. We're gonna keep that.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Keep that. Who's next on the chopping block?
Sound.
All right, we got Mo Sounds from New Jersey,
Patterson. That's the hood, man.
and this is called Living. epic as hell. That sounded like a motion picture, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I feel like I really don't know what the hell I feel right now. I don't know. Like the first part was dope. It just took a long time to get to like the other instruments and the beat. And then when that like second transition came in, I kind of made me feel stale about it. So you know what? I'm gonna just cut it. I'm gonna cut it
as well.
I feel like it was like, I don't know, man. It was almost
I think that
there.
it was there's like a space I think for it. I just didn't vibe with the
It didn't
the style.
execute.
Yeah.
Is where I think the problem
Yeah.
is. You heard the beat enough?
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, okay,
I heard
okay,
definitely
okay.
more than enough of it. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. Like I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
It was decent, you know what I'm saying, but it just didn't move me
Right.
in any kind of way. Like I
Right.
got bored with it quick. Like I heard enough of it.
Yeah. And it took a minute for like the melodics of it to kick in.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer. It took too damn long. So
That sounds like a unanimous.
definitely keep on submitting. I know you got other beats in the folder, but keep on submitting some new joints too. Damn, kind of breezing now. Yeah, we seen this name
Kike.
before. Kike Cruz with Splashing Puddles.
All right. You talking about the flap or?
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It just, I don't know. I think the word is cheesy. It sounded cheesy to me. And I just wasn't vibing with it. I can't hear it on the mix at all, to be honest. So for that reason, get it out of here.
Cut it for me as well. Think that it was okay.
Yeah.
It does kind of sound like it would fit within like the video game industry, like different kind of textures and the synths and so forth. But other than that, it didn't really like do anything for me.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't really anything bad to say about it, but it just didn't move me. Not enough for a safe keep it either. So
Yeah.
sounds like a unanimous.
Slim Jones was like, is that a dolphin at the beginning?
Yeah. It definitely did sound very video game-esque for sure.
Yeah, get
Definitely.
that bag, though.
Yeah, it definitely could
Yeah.
work on something, but just not on the mix. So who we got?
So next up is a really cool lame. That's his name.
Okay,
I'm
now.
not dissing him.
A really cool thing.
And it says,
From
think
Akron.
I found my wave.
Akron, Ohio.
The Beat Club.
I was dead.
Yeah.
That kind of just killed my energy. I'm not even on front. It didn't go anywhere. It was just like you started the beat and you just left it there and didn't care about it at all. You gotta put some more care into that beat, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it was cool, man. It was cool.
Good start, but take it somewhere.
Yeah, it was cool, but yeah, exactly. Like, some progression somewhere would have helped it out. Otherwise, it was cool. Like, you sound like you know what you're doing. But definitely, yeah, man, add some character to the beat, man. Some type of progression. Take it somewhere. That wasn't, like I always said, like a 4-bar loop is fine. A 2-bar loop is fine if it's funky enough. Mm-hmm. But that just wasn't it. Yeah. So.
And then the snare and the percussion were low in comparison to the kick and the 808. So just balancing that out, I think, would be helpful too.
Great advice, man. But that's a unanimous.
Yeah. Damn. Need some more energy, yo.
Hey, we gotta pick it back up, man. Zay Skills. Nobody's challenging you right now, brother. You running away with that beat of the week.
All right. So next up we got Intel 97 with Passion.
That's what you want to hear. Keep it or cut it. Let's go.
The Beat Club.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
I like that.
Just as I started talking shit.
all right.
That could be a beat of the week contender, but I'm not gonna challenge Zay on that
That's
one.
not a contender for me, but it's definitely keep it.
Let's keep it. I'm definitely keeping that there. I just like everything about that beat, like just the way it progressed, the energy, the drops, like everything. You were just like on a journey. You were just like, okay, where's this shit gonna go next? And everywhere that he went with it, man, I was with you, bro. So definitely sounds like a unanimous.
Keep it.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay. I think this might be a newbie. I don't remember this name at all. And this is First Son of Rob. And the beat is called Noise. Absolutely.
Keep it or cut it on Beat Club Podcast. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
First Son of Rob. Beat Club Podcast. How y'all feel about that, man?
Slim Jones said Transylvania Trap.
Yeah, it was lacking the trap though. It didn't.
Damn.
It didn't even feel trappy. Them drum sounds were just. I couldn't. Yeah.
I was confused, so that's a cut it.
Yeah, it's a cut it for me as well. I think that there is, if you're using like stock sounds, if you're using stock sounds and that's all you have access to, understandable. There's also a lot of like sound packs out there that they're free, but like really working on your percussion sounds and what you're using, I think is going to be a helpful tip.
Yeah, that's really the main feedback. I mean, everything else was decent. You know, you could work with. You know,
Right.
what I'm saying? You tried to get funky on the bass line too.
Yeah,
It was
so are
just,
you trying?
but it was just like
Effort.
Yeah, it was like damn. You know, like. So yeah, we're gonna have to cut that. That sounds like a unanimous. Let's take a quick pause for the cause, man. Take a quick pause for the cause and chop it up with the brother Tim Hall, man. Yo. So what's next for you, man? Like you know, being in the in academics and education, like where do you see yourself moving forward? Like, is it, you know, specifically like, do you plan on doing some things outside of like the institution of Berkeley in regards to education? Like, I'm curious to know what you have planned moving forward.
Yeah, so I've been in my role as an assistant director for, it'll be 2 years in May, and I've been in higher ed for about 10 years now. So it's been an incredible journey, and I realized like education is definitely a core value of who I am. My identity and being an educator is something I'll always be a constant. I love Berkeley. I love where I work. I love my team that I work with. I really do enjoy my job. So it is, I've enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. I've grown. I've been challenged. So it feels good. In terms of next step, I do see myself eventually transitioning into more so faculty. So I would eventually, you know, like to teach, get back into the classroom. I'm at the college level. I really love working with college students, particularly entering first year students and then exiting senior students, and really helping with those transitional periods in their lives. Because I feel like a lot of what I have to offer are life skills that complement educational excellence or their academics or their artistic goals or professional goals as students. So I feel like I eventually see myself transitioning into the more academic side of
Professor
the institution. Yeah. See that. As well as picking up with consulting and doing coaching, career coaching, business consulting, and so forth for creatives. So really helping to empower artists and other creatives who are trying to use their craft as a way of living. It's a support as a business and so forth. So providing my expertise and background and knowledge and wisdom and things that I've learned over the years to other individuals who are in need of it, I think is also another transition too.
So with your passion for like entrepreneurship, provide like our listeners like with like your, you know, but you know, like minus like what the textbook things that we know about entrepreneurship, or you know, if you study business, like what are the like your what's your guide, your key things that, you know, your core values of entrepreneurship for yourself personally, even especially as it relates to, I mean, I think it all aligns, but especially as it relates to being a musician as well.
Yeah. I think for one of the first things that I ask students are, what is their dream? So it's like asking somebody what their dream is and naming that thing, getting them to name the dream that they have. And the dream, it's like, are you doing something that makes you happy? Even if it's not the like the main thing? Or are you doing a side thing that like allows you sanity to do the thing that you're doing as like the full thing? So really sitting with individuals and getting them to think about like what is it that they actually genuinely are excited and enthusiastic to do, to invest their time, energy into, because that's the thing that you're going to put time into, even when you're tired, even when you're broke, even when you're stressed, even when like that's the thing that you're going to actually still want to invest in for the most part. So in getting people to name that, I think naming that for yourself, it makes it real, and it's like, oh crap, that's actually the thing that I want to do. And then working backwards. So I think if you have something that you want to do, let's work backwards and figure out, okay, what are the things needed to make that thing a reality? So if you want to go and be on Broadway, like it could be something completely different than the spaces that I'm sometimes in. If you want to go work in Broadway, start taking acting classes and find a mentor who is an actor who's on Broadway or doing plays regularly, so that you're around individuals who can give you their lived experiences. Go to see shows if you can afford it. If you can't, go to community shows, go to youth shows, go to shows at the college, go and be around it. The other thing is that you might want to go and work at and do an internship or an assistantship or apprenticeship, whatever it is. You want to go and work at a staging company so that you know the environment, what it's like to put on a production. Or you might want to go and talk to individuals who are costume designers or who are stage designers, or talk to individuals in the industry so that you can gather as much information about it as you possibly can, and then put yourself out there. If you should be studying lines, you should be thinking about your headshots, you should be studying some of the greats in that industry or in that field. Consume yourself with knowledge and with people and in the environment, because the opportunities are going to pick up when you're in the environment. Students come to me and they're like, yo, I want to be a producer, or I want to be an engineer, I want to be in the studio, but they don't want to go and do an internship. It's like, yo, that's like one of the main ways for you to get in. Not all of them, but like if you're naming to me, you're coming to school to do this thing. It's like, yo, so are you ready and prepared to do what it takes to be in and around it? I've been a musician since I was 10, but professionally since I was like 16, 17. I'm 32 now, and it isn't until like the last 2 years where I'm starting to see like fruit from the labor of like years of like gigs of like I'm in grad school full time. I'm driving 35 minutes to do a 4-hour gig, only get $50 to drive 35 minutes back home to get up and do it again. Like that, like where is that? Where is the kind of like the grind mentality of like, I'm doing this no matter what? I think that helps. Having some kind of support system as you are starting an endeavor. So if you're getting ready to start a business, if you can find one, do it, because I think being an entrepreneur is also a bit of a lonely road where like you're up late answering emails, or like you have the 9 to 5 and then you also have a family, and then this like midnight is the only time you get to actually work on the thing that you got to do, or you're supporting family and other people. I think having a support system of mentors or other business owners or a business partner or a community of other business owners who are in a similar field that you can go to vent, to get validation, to be held accountable. Like venting is just as important, but also being held accountable to be like, yo, like, okay, stop complaining, let's work. Like you kind of also need those checks and balances. So finding a community of other individuals doing similar work, I think, is also important. And then lastly is make sure like you're having fun with it. Like have fun as much as like now that we've been able to turn things more into a business. Like I still have fun playing gigs. I still have fun making music. I'm also trying to flip that and make money and trying to like get onto some big stages, and that can be stressful as well when you go from doing it as kind of like this thing that you did around all of the other responsibilities to shifting to like that is your responsibility. Like that pressure changes. So trying to make sure that you also maintain like the fun of and the enjoyment of what you're doing. And then the last thing is character, like having values that you don't compromise on. I think people make deals with people. So if you aren't able to bring good energy to a relationship or to an environment, then people aren't going to want to work with you. They aren't going to want to build with you. They aren't going to want to connect their brand or their name with you, because you're the one, like, though you provide a product or a service, they're interacting with you as a person. So your character and your ability to bring good energy, and like I think like customer service is huge. So going above and beyond, even though you may not be getting paid what you're providing, is like that speaks volumes. And people refer, people like say, hey, yo, so-and-so did this really dope thing. Or like, I wasn't expecting, the full package that they provide, or I wasn't expecting this product or whatnot that they gave. But like, I didn't think that like what I was paying for is what I got. And it's a lot more than what I thought I was paying for. So like, I think values, character, and customer service are also huge whenever you are kind of jumping into your entrepreneurial.
Yeah, the saying goes,
Crazy
your attitude
Jim.
determines your altitude, man.
Yeah.
I've heard that plenty of times before. Yeah. So yeah, man, let's get back into these beats. Where we at, man? Number.
Yeah, we got like 4 more.
Yeah, let's finish the folder. Why not?
All right.
We
So
got-
next up, we got Lunch Bag.
Ha. We just had our lunch bag.
Facts. It was bomb too. And it's called. Oh, this is Bag Alert.
Bag alert.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the bag. Secure the bag. Bag alert.
Hey. Something that lame probably kill for me. Too much money for a bill for. Cartier frames tinted. My vision is all that I built to. Move with a crew tight knit.
Flag on the play. It didn't even sound bad.
Hey, man,
But-
if you sent the beat alone, I might have keep it. But since it's a song and you didn't follow directions, we gotta. And that's just the way it goes, man.
That's another rule of thumb with a business too.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like if you can't follow directions, you might not get hired, or you
Yeah.
might not
Miss
be
out.
able to. Sometimes you just got to be like this.
Yep.
Here you go.
And you might have been the most qualified, and you just disqualified yourself.
Right.
So yeah,
Follow
man.
directions.
Damn,
Song didn't
bro.
sound bad, but
Right.
this is the Beat Club. We looking for beats, brother. But anyway, next up we got Plus Minus with Odyssey.
All right, man. Non plus, this your alter. Like Cuddy-ish. I can hear Cuddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I can hear
something.
Cuddy.
Yeah, I remember this beat. Yeah, like I don't, did it play on the show or was it a battle?
I think I might have had it during the battle.
You think so?
It wasn't, I don't think it
Okay.
was during the regular part of the show.
Well, it's late in the show. I think this is where I'll pull out my safe keep it, because like although like there was just something about it that slightly resonated with me. Like, yeah, I could definitely, I don't know, like I can hear some, if it had some cool melodies over it vocally, like it could work. Like as a beat alone, it didn't completely stand alone, but there was something slightly there. So I'm gonna just throw the safe, keep it out there. That's where I'm at with it right now, late in the show. How you feeling, Tim?
It's a cut it for me.
Yeah.
I definitely hear and feel what you're saying. There is like that little something, but I feel like I still want to keep my save.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I ain't pulling out the safety either.
I tried, man. I tried. Plus minus. I tried.
I made an effort.
I tried, brother. I tried.
I actually agree with Old Head Scott. If he submitted that during the 420 show, I might have kept it.
Yeah. No, speaking
I might have kept it.
420.
Yeah, our 420 shows be crazy, man.
Word?
Yeah, it's always a good
I feel like I
time.
just want to come and be in the room.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. That's it. We're gonna have a 420. That's it. We're gonna have to do a 420 party this year.
Exactly. Hey, yo,
Yeah,
live
Yeah,
party.
live 420 party. Yeah. Okay. So that sounds like a unanimous, or not a unanimous, but I tried plus minus. I tried to keep it.
All right. Next up, we got Alexi Keston with Cruz. Nobody put their producer name.
All right, man.
all right.
Well, that's the name on the check.
Government,
So
it is.
we'll run with that.
talking about?
The Beat Club.
I agree. Yeah. The sounds were bad in this one. The bass was off. Right away, the bass was off, so I gotta cut it. I'm pretty sure the fellas agree.
Yeah, you gotta lock in the tones.
Yeah, make sure you lock in the tones and the sound selection too, like on the drums. Like,
Right.
yeah.
And what's tough is that like you're starting to hear like Detroit was influenced by a lot of West Coast rap and production too, but like you hear like a lot of rappers that are kind of off tempo of the actual beat. So you're also starting to hear a lot of beats that are like 808s are
completely off.
They're just
Yeah.
completely off. So it's tough when like you're hearing stuff on the radio.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
working.
and it's
Sometimes
working.
it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it works. Yeah, I know, like everybody talking about like Blueface now. But the thing is, like E40 always had like a style that, but his shit was technically on. He was just
Right.
catching different rhythms, but like it just sounded, strange to the ear, very unorthodox style. But
Slip and slide on me.
yeah, I love E40, man, from the beginning too. Like I've been a fan from the beginning.
All right. Last one, yo. This is Dallas Rose with Perish from the Earth.
Dallas, what up, brother? Come out to NYC. He be coming through in the cut to the Beat Club Podcast Lives, man. Keep it cut.
Did away with a free press. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. What's the world coming to?
Plain and simple.
Yeah, I felt like New York Undercover. It felt like for some reason that's just what came to my mind. Like, yeah, that's really what came because of the drums. Like the drums had that 90s feel to it a little bit. But yeah, I keep it, man. It was a good vibe. I would have probably threw out the safety, but I threw away my safety. But yeah, I'll just keep that though. Definitely, I can hear it on the mix. I can hear that being on the mix, man. So yeah, man, we went through a lot of beats today, man. So shout out to everybody, man, for submitting today. Big ups to y'all. And beat of the week. It sounds like there was no challengers, man.
Yeah.
Zay Skills.
Number 7.
Zay Skills, man, the young god, man, 14 years old, probably 15 now or something. Maybe a birthday pass.
That's crazy. Killed it.
Yeah, this joint's fire.
Yeah. This should make you want to rap.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim, man, thank you for coming.
Yo, thank y'all for
Sitting
having
with
me.
us.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Telling
you,
your
bro.
story, dropping some gems, man. We really
sir.
appreciate your time.
Thank you.
It's Sunday, you could be at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let the people know where they can find you at, man.
Yes, you can find me on IG and Twitter, TV_Hall, Television Hall, HALL. You can find me on Facebook. I'm at One Soul P, SOULP. And then you can also follow Hipstery, hipstery.org. Also follow BAMS Fest, the Boston Art, Music, and Soul Festival.
Oh, and big
BAMS Fest.
ups to you, man. I know you just got recognized, and Kathy too, it was for the Artery, right? What was it? 25
Honor
most.
25
What was it? 25 most influential. What was
color,
it?
Millennials of Color.
Yes. So congrats on that, man.
Thank
Sir.
you. Thank you.
I felt left out of the party. I saw the party. I was like, wait, I didn't know this was going on, man. I wanted to be there. Yeah, man. So, congrats to you guys, man.
If I could share about the festival.
Yeah.
It's a free, family-friendly festival at Playsted Field, Franklin Park in Dorchester, right by Franklin Park Zoo. So come through. It's 19 artists. The majority of the artists are local. The entire lineup are artists of color, focusing on hip-hop, funk, soul, R&B, and poetry. It's open to the community. We'll have vendors there. We'll have food trucks. So come through June 22nd, all day.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yeah, BAMS Fest, the second annual.
Yeah,
it's
second
dope, man.
annual. But yeah, find me everywhere. So thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right,
brother.
all right. You on? Or
Go ahead, man.
all right. Yeah, so keep it short and sweet. My words for today is just respect everybody. Show love to everybody, because you never know who somebody's gonna be. So whether they're the janitor or the CEO of a company or whatever position they got, you gotta show love to everybody.
Until proven otherwise.
Yeah. If they disrespect you, you know, show them hands real quick. No, sir. But nah, show respect and be respectful, because your character will take you further than anything else.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, man. Like I always say on the show, man, love is the answer and the cure, man. Make sure you show love to your loved ones. Let your loved ones know that you love them. You know, nothing is promised, so always show your loved ones love. And yeah, man, it's all about Beat Club Podcast live next Sunday, April 7th. We will be in New York City at Pianos. So come out. Doors open at 9 p.m. Y'all already know what it is. $10 entry, free sign up for any producer to walk in and get their music heard. Like I said, our feature beat battle. Shout out to Loose Connection versus J Lev and G Wiz versus Ascetic.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, two very dope battles. And like I said, we got a special guest that's gonna be coming through. I cannot disclose that information on the show, but if you come out to Pianos next week, you'll know what it is, man. So everybody in the tri-state area, man, I'm urging y'all to come out. All my New England people, make that ride out. We're making that ride out. Shit, so you can make that ride too, man. Come out to NYC and rock with us. It'll be our first show, but not our last show in the New York City area. And just thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in and listening every week and sharing the podcast. You know, it's not too late, man. We didn't do share and shout during the show, but everybody on live, man, go ahead, man. Share the feed. Let people know you listening. Let people know what it is. We are nothing without y'all, man. So thank y'all for supporting the Beat Club podcast. And because I could say it on this podcast right now, shit.